Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Carolina. How's it going? Okay, let's take a look at the essay that you submitted at Better TOEFL Scores. So you're one of my stealth students of my 7-step system to pass a TOEFL test. So your question here, do you agree or disagree with the following statement? The best way to travel is in a group led by a tour guide. Use specific reasons and examples to support your answer. All right, let's see what we have. First of all, by looking at your essay, you actually have a nice organization. I can see you have topic sentences in your different paragraphs. You use some transition words like you have, for example, because, otherwise, another, reason. Along with that, furthermore, therefore, wow. So transition words, it's one way of organizing your ideas, and it's an easy way to show how the different parts of your essay relate back to the beginning. So let's look at your introduction. Traveling as a vacation is an amazing activity that people usually love to do. I wouldn't say it there because you said that, and that kind of replaces a pronoun. Although, could be hard to plan everything and make no mistakes at all. No, I think you got a big problem. I would say, however, and maybe say it could be hard to plan everything and make no mistakes. So I believe the best way to travel is led by a tour guide. It's easier to travel with a leader who has experience in this area and knows a place well. Also, people don't need to spend hours planning the trip if they're going to a new place, as well as they don't need to be concerned about the local language. All right, so you have a specific thesis. You kind of lay out what's going to happen in the paper. So you have your second paragraph, your first body paragraph. People enjoy travel, but it's a lot of things to arrange, and it's easier, I would say here, to let someone who has experience and knows a place to do it for us. I wouldn't put a comma after place. And I wouldn't put a comma after someone either. It says, for example, when I traveled with my family to the north of my country, I decided to pay a company to lead us through all over the place because the most beautiful beaches are isolated from the cities. It was very convenient to have a tour guide to lead us to the right ones. Otherwise, we would either spend time or being lost without seeing the nicest places over there. Another reason is, if people are going to visit a new place, they don't need to waste hours and hours planning the trip. Now, what I would do there, I would change that a little bit. I would say another reason to choose a tour guide is, and then continue on what you said. As an example, my friends were planning to travel, so they didn't want to pay a company to do it for them. In the end, they spent more money buying all guide maps, magazines, looking for hotels, restaurants, taxi cabs, etc. Along with that, they had to work all day, so they were awake until late to study the whole itinerary, the schedules, and trying not to commit any mistakes. Not bad. Furthermore, people can travel to other countries without worries about the local language. As an illustration, hey, good word there. You could say to illustrate, which has the same meaning as an illustration. So I like that you don't use the same word. You could have said for example in this case, but you already said for example in paragraph 2. So by using as an illustration in that fourth paragraph, it demonstrates to me and to the people who read your TOEFL test that you have a good knowledge of a variety of transition words to help organize your ideas. Again, you say, as an illustration, I heard that in France, people don't like to speak other languages. They are very territorial, so they prefer to speak French. So when a tourist approaches those natives speaking English, for example, they act not friendly. I would say here not. I would say they act unfriendly is probably, use one word as opposed to using two. Or you can say they act inhospitable, they act rude or hostile. You continue to say, however, a tourist or tour guide, I wouldn't say tourist and guide, because guide is a person, a tourist is a person. You don't want to use a noun twice there. So either say tour guide or tourist. I mean, tourist is the person who's going on the tour. I'm saying it wrong. So just use tour guide. A tour guide usually speaks the local language, which is helpful on many occasions. Therefore, to travel is a great activity as long as people go accompanied by a tour guide, because it's easier and convenient to have someone, I wouldn't say someone who has the experience and knows the new places. Also, people don't need, and I would change this, to spend time planning the trip, as they don't need to be concerned about the local language. Alrighty, so let's take a look at it. Nice thesis, which forecasts the main points of the paper. You have good arguable topic sentences, which restate the key points made in the thesis. You have adequate supporting detail to support those generalizations. All of that's pretty good. You do have a number of problems with grammar, maybe word choice, maybe punctuation a little bit, using connectors and things. So it's not perfect. Probably your essay is looking around 4.0 out of 5. So it's a fairly strongly written paper. You're pretty close to 23, maybe 24 points out of 5, I think, on the TOEFL iBT with this particular paper. All right, nice work, Carolina. Good job.